The show we've already called it.
I already called State of the Podcast,
Yeah.
though. It's already set.
And we're back. Bonfire Banter, State of the
Hey.
Podcast. We're having a very fun little episode tonight. We kind of want to tell you guys how we started, where we're at right now, and where we're going.
We're calling it the State of the Podcast.
State of the Podcast.
Yeah.
It kind of lines up with the, some presidential stuff and some political stuff. They
Yeah,
do this State of the Union.
We're gonna try to
couple
do.
months from now or something like that.
We're gonna try
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
sure it's gonna be
one.
wonderful. It's gonna be the best speech ever. Bigly.
We're
Big
gonna.
to the huge.
We're gonna try. Do one of these a year. I don't know. Maybe biannually. I don't know. We'll see how
I
it
think
goes.
annually makes sense.
But-
Bon Sci-Fi Con.
Yeah, but but we'll kind of keep everybody updated on what we're doing,
It's
what's
Simpsons.
happening. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
People want to know.
My the thing that I like to talk about first
Twisted Tea.
is, and I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
funny,
There you go.
Twisted Tea
Twisted Tea
is a sponsor
Hey,
of ours.
Listen, keep pissing me off.
Yeah, no, I got.
It's
We've-
over.
We put deadly weapons out here. We've all had to take our background check to get the Twisted Teas tonight.
yeah, fully automatic Twisted Teas on the
All
table.
we
Rob?
all passed.
Be careful.
Hey, Rob.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, no.
I think it's
I'm-
kind of
Don't leave me
serendipitous
hanging,
here that I didn't know Al was coming by for this episode tonight. I thought it was
didn't
gonna be
really either.
the
He
three
just
of us.
shows up.
And
That's
all of
what
a
he
sudden,
does.
Al's here. But I think it's kind of funny because before we filmed our very first episode, it was supposed to be political, and I think we've explained that a little bit
this tastes awful.
on a couple other
Mine's
episodes.
not that bad. Yours is peach though.
I like the peach one. I drank the peach one. But anyway, what I was saying though is is that our very first episode, we were about to film it. We were over my brother Jordan's house, and you and Rob were standing there fixing Martin's car for him. And I go, I don't think we got Daryl or Mike. I think we're kind of screwed on the whole political thing. Like, do we still want to do this, Rob? I was like, yeah, let's just film something. Like, what's coming up? Is there any kind of like historical dates or anything? And I think it was you that were like, yeah, the D-Day
was June
anniversary is coming up. It was like 2 days. We're like, let's go with that.
No,
You
no,
guys
it was June 6th, the day
the
we
day that
recorded
we
it.
figured it out. No, the day we talked about it, that was like June 4th. It was like 2 days before we
Yeah,
filmed.
because we were over at Dude's.
At
messing
Martin's.
with
Oh,
old boys
yeah.
Oldsmobile.
You were at
Yeah,
Martin's,
yeah,
and we were standing there in the driveway,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
go, Daryl and Mike are out. I go, what's happening here? And we asked about a historical date, and I think he threw out the D-Day, and we
yeah,
go,
me and him both went.
let's
yeah,
just do
let's
that. Like, we could get you two and Joe, and we got a show.
Yeah,
So that's kind of how we all started, and it was right in the
Had a lot of fun.
right in the middle of
working on a
quarantine.
what was it? 87
Oh, G-Body
Cutlass.
Cutlass.
G-body Cutlass.
What were you guys doing the Cutlass?
85. It didn't run. It needed a fuel pump, and
Yeah, fuel pump is shot.
not a huge
It's
deal.
nice to know guys like you, though. Both of you.
I try a little bit.
Yeah.
I
well,
should
it's-
try harder.
We should all try harder.
Listen,
I mean,
there's nothing
Fair.
that me and Al can't fix or make work. If we can't make it work, we'll break it till we make it work.
That's why I'm happy I got
do
you
it.
on this
Yeah.
Bonfire Banter
I would
team,
like to
Rob.
amend. I cannot fix a space shuttle or a rocket engine.
If you tried enough.
Figure it
Just
out.
go
baby.
look-
Just
Figure
Google
it
it.
out.
Is there a manual?
Google it.
I don't know. Can I get a? Can I,
I think
is there a
Elon
Chilton's?
wrote a new man.
Can I get a Chilton's
let her
for
repair
a
No, it's,
Elon rocket?
No, it's for dummies.
there is none. However, we are lucky that we have saved Werner von Braun's head in a jar. He's still alive, actually.
I don't know
So
if
we
that
could
was-
just go talk to Werner von Braun, and he could tell us everything.
That's
we need to know
ideal. I thought that was only Ted Turner.
about that.
Well, Ted. I thought Ted was still kicking it.
Is he?
I'm pretty sure.
No, it's
I'm thinking about the wrong
and
guy
Rodney Dangerfield supposedly has been
Oh,
cryogenically
his head.
frozen
Oh
too.
yeah, and Nimoy and probably.
Nimoy.
Well,
Disney, right?
Oh, Disney.
I would
That
say
must be
Walt
one.
Disney, I
Doohan,
think,
but
yeah.
Doohan apparently is on the space station. They smuggled him aboard
Right.
years ago. I don't know if
Right.
you saw that in the news.
No.
James Doohan's ashes were
ex-
smuggled.
I'm like,
James-
can't. So you're
James
saying
Doohan-
he didn't die,
Hold
but
on a-
they took, like, he did some,
no.
like, some faked his death and is hanging out like a space
No,
shuttle?
no.
Space station?
I'm like 3 guys past what we were just talking
And I don't even
about.
know the guy you were originally talking about, but yeah.
James Doohan is
We were talking about
Scotty.
Ted Turner at first.
Scotty.
Oh, yeah.
Scotty from Star Trek.
Yeah, sure.
He
That-
died a few years back.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Canadian. He was
Okay.
at D-Day. Cool dude.
Yeah.
He was in
Connection.
D-Day. He
In D-Day,
participated
yeah.
in D-Day. It
Participant.
wasn't an
yeah.
act. It was,
No,
he was
no,
an
no, no.
actor.
Yeah, he was there.
He
Like
was-
really there.
Okay, cool.
And then he became an actor and was on
Gotcha,
Star
gotcha.
Trek.
It was on
Gotcha.
Star Trek, but he died a few years ago, and apparently they smuggled his ashes
Yeah.
onto the International Space Station.
They beamed him up.
Do you think he had more PTSD from like the Star Trek days or like the actual war he was in?
I don't know. I mean, if you have to
Yeah.
work around Shatner, it might be kind of
Working with
difficult, but I
Shat.
don't really know.
You know.
No, I shouldn't
yeah.
talk bad about the Shat. I love him.
No, I was thinking more so you watch yourself back like in all these like space track battles and like, you know, you start to like, you know,
Nah,
Yeah,
hang
I
out,
don't,
man.
They did
I'd like
face
to
a
think
lot of.
he wouldn't conflate those two things, having been in like the
I've never
real
seen,
deal.
I've never seen Star Trek at all, so I don't know how the battle scenes
Are you
went.
kidding me?
No, I've
Hey,
seen some
what,
Star Wars.
What was
but
this episode about?
who fucking knows at this point?
It was the state of the
We're
podcast,
like,
but
yeah,
somehow
yeah,
it ended up
it's
with
in.
DJ
Well,
and
no,
Jimmy
this
Doohan
is-
Well,
and
no, we're talking about the
God knows
original
what.
thing. We were talking about the original episode.
This is
the
what-
starting.
Well, yeah,
of
this
the
is what the
podcast.
podcast is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just us.
Don't piss on my Cheerios, Mike. God damn it. I'll hit you with a twisted tea.
Fucking watch out! Better fucking watch out!
That fucking twisted tea's coming in hot.
Yeah, this really doesn't taste that great.
So actually, Mike, I got a
Yeah, I
question
wonder
for you
why.
here, and I wanted to be more prepared today because on the state of the podcast here, we're trying to like take a step forward. and be
It's better. It's better not be
So I-
prepared.
yeah.
Just go with it. Yeah.
But
Do it
I
live.
actually- I did want to talk about a little bit here, some of our technology that we've upgraded here, and give us a little start point because I really have no idea, like technology.
Yeah. What did we start
phrasing
with?
wise, like what we started with and where we are at now. So, give our viewers a little bit of like what we started with.
Okay, so basically what we started with was a single Canon M50,
Okay.
which is like a $500-$600.
And that's the one that didn't work with the capture cards, right?
No, it does.
Oh,
We
that
still
does.
have
It
it.
does. We still have
Okay.
it.
We still
Mhm.
So we started with a single one, and then we were running into the issue of the 30-minute
Oh yeah,
recording
timeout.
limit. Yeah. So that's
So that's why in the very beginning we were shooting like strict 30-minute segments
Yeah,
because we had to.
right.
Yeah.
We didn't have any other choice. Now I just kind of like the feel of it. We don't have to stop at 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
I just kind of like that little break. We kind of got used to it, and I
Yeah.
actually do enjoy the break.
Yeah.
So it gives us a chance to kind of talk to the panelists and see what we've done, where we want to go. So I kind of like the little breaks that we do.
But yeah, so we started with a single Canon M50, and then for audio we had a Focusrite Scarlett. I think it was 8i8. It was
Okay.
a basic little 4-input mixer.
The little red box.
Yeah, the red box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red box.
Little. You didn't have any. You had nothing like this. No EQ. No anything. It was just input
Mike's
to
face
see.
lit up the first time he saw this board. He was
Yeah, it's literally
very happy.
It's literally just input for the computer to see it, and that's it. So we had for microphones. I remember we had AT2020 microphones, and I think we might have picked up a couple Shure SM48s. They're
Okay.
$50 microphones, pretty similar
Okay.
to this.
Yeah, I thought the mics were decent.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't like about
Pain in
that
the
setup
ass.
originally was the clamps we had on the chairs.
Yeah,
They were like
those
more set
boom-
for like a table.
Yeah.
If you're sitting around a table, like
Yeah.
clamped to the table and like be there, but like on moving chairs and stuff, like just
Well,
didn't make a whole lot of
well,
sense.
Mike threw this together on
Yeah.
a day's notice.
Yeah, and we were originally supposed to be around a table.
He went.
Right.
He went to Best Buy,
No, Guitar Center.
Guitar Center,
Yeah.
during the riots that
Yeah.
happened.
yeah.
He's running around picking up this equipment
Yeah.
so that we could record this thing, and actually made it happen.
We had a lot of problems with trying to find stuff. and,
Yeah,
like,
it was impossible to
stuff
find a
at that
lot of the
point in
stuff we
time.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
But diligence and dedication is what kept us going somehow.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And anyone, if you're watching this, that you're trying to start something like this, all I have to say to you, from what I've seen that we've done right, is just that we've stayed the course. And momentum's a big thing I talk about with these guys. Is we film an episode, we put it out there, you get some content out there, it motivates the team. You know what I'm saying? Motivates the team to get like
Right.
content out there. So it's like how I work, where I would love to edit everything and be a perfectionist, but sometimes I feel like that kills a project a little bit.
Right.
Because you're not putting out content, and that slows down everyone's, like, it kills morale. I
Yeah.
feel like,
Yeah.
because everyone that's a part of a team like this, you want to see something. You want to. We live in a day and age where it's like immediate, gratification. Like you want to see what you've done. So
Yeah.
if you're like filming a bunch of stuff and you're holding on to it for a year and no one posts it out there, it kills morale.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm the kind of guy. It's like I'd rather have the viewers see the growth than perfect this thing till we think we got it great before we ever release
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
that was our main. That was at least for me, and I know for you guys also. My main driving thing from the very beginning was let's just get let's get episodes in the bank.
Yeah.
Let's get content.
Yeah.
And it brings me to my next point. We actually had 4 or 5 really good episodes that we lost.
We lost
Yeah.
3. We filmed another one that was kind of like this, State of the
Okay,
Podcast,
yeah, that's
that
what
we
it
never
is,
used.
yeah.
We also shot a really awesome segment on the Prairie Path
Yeah.
and got some
Yeah.
awesome interviews on there and never used that.
Yeah.
But if we do end up moving back to my house at some point, I would like to do that
Get a little
again.
closer.
Say it again?
Get a little closer to the mic.
Oh. So, yeah,
Lean it back.
if we do go back
Lean
to
it
my
back.
house, which I think you guys might start to get burned out a little bit at some point. We go back to my house in the summer. I would like to run up that hill and do what we did the last time.
Yeah.
But I think the only way that it works is on the Prairie Path with kind of a table with like the mixer and a mic.
So we
'Cause if
kind
you're
of
just up there with a
we look
phone,
like something.
you're just
Yeah.
up there with a phone, standing there trying to get interviews. People don't
So
take
what-
you seriously.
Yeah, so what we did was we
Yeah.
went on the Prairie Path and we were asking questions
NFL
about
questions.
NFL questions and
We got some really
we ended
great
up,
responses.
yeah, we ended up getting some good people.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's
so
some funny stuff too. Some really funny, unexpected responses from people. It was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
So it's kind of a shame. I mean, we had some good. We had Al on an episode. We had a car episode, which I think
That was
we're
a great
I
episode.
think we're going to be able to revive that one. So that'll be a little bonus treat. Maybe.
I mean, if
in
not,
a
we
few
can
months.
remake it. I can
Well,
talk. We can talk
I
cars
think we
for
do
a
Car
a
while.
car
2
episode at some
Electric
point anyway.
Boogaloo in the spring is probably going to be
No, I
game
think that's a
on,
good
right?
idea.
What are we talking
We try to
about?
bring the same guys out again,
There's
and then
gonna be
maybe a couple
more.
See
more,
what's
and
up,
we
yeah.
absolutely
For
See
sure,
what you guys
but-
have done since the last time we saw
yeah.
you.
But
you
there
know.
was good stuff in that one, so I want to keep
Absolutely,
that
and I'd like to get Wislick out here again. I forgot what his first name was. I think it's Jimmy. I think it's his son though. Actually, the other one that came out, the old
on the show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What was his name?
old dude with
Yeah.
his Oldsmobile.
Jimmy's
guy-
his son. I don't remember
Yeah,
his name.
yeah, Dan. Dan was
Dan. There you
yes.
go. Dan.
Yeah.
Dan.
Hopefully he wants to come back out because he was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
and
Funny
knew
guy.
a lot.
Oh, he was
It
a lot of
He
fun.
was your boy. You guys were vibing.
Yeah, you know,
on that episode. Yeah.
I'd like
Well,
to
you
think
guys are more
I'd
the
like
old
to think
school.
I played the middleman there,
Yeah.
but you
Eh,
know,
you didn't
I
do
have
so well
my
playing the
chill.
middleman.
let me go back to what whatever I was saying before. So
Yeah,
so we started with some really shitty microphones. Really, they're not built for what we're
What we were
doing.
doing, yeah.
The AT2020 is just if you're doing like a live stream or something by yourself, it's cool. It's good. It's
Okay,
good
yeah.
enough.
sitting on a desk.
It's like $100 for a USB mic, and it's good enough, right? The Shure SM48s they're $50. I mean, I don't know a ton about microphones.
These?
These are SM58s.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we upgraded. I'm not 100% sure on the exact differences between the 48 and the 58. I know Al wanted us to get
Is
the
there much of a difference
58s.
with- What's the difference there, Al?
Well, I wanted the 58s too.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Because
you
it's
know,
an industry
You might need
standard.
Yeah,
help
it's-
on this too.
It's okay. The 58 is basically the baseline of all microphones. It's been
Okay.
It's just Chevy small block.
yeah, it's
It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing to say ever.
it's very
It's the LS.
universally known, and actually the SM57 shares a lot of the same parts, but has a different kind of like nose cone to a certain extent. They're kind of just like the go-to. They're the bread and butter of
Yeah.
all sort of any production.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you want to just have a good standard type microphone, you know,
Well, and I
this is a good way to go.
I went with them too because they're resilient. I mean, they're like I said,
You were
they're,
saying
they're an
that
these
industry
have been around
standard.
You bang them
Ever.
around a little
Very
bit.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
ever.
break.
And we're
Yeah.
doing an outdoor podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we are not,
Not
in
tonight,
a
but
yeah,
yeah,
we are
typically.
we are
Unless
not
one
a
garage.
we're not in a set studio. Everything stays the same. Most people do a podcast. They've got cameras, they're set. They got microphones, they're set. They don't move. They do their
Yeah.
next episode. That's it. We are much more dynamic and have had to go through much more trials and tribulations, which is funny because none of us had any experience in doing any of this.
Except
Any
for
of
me.
the po-
We
well,
originally-
okay, well, yeah, but
Except
not
for me. Not like this.
but not doing a podcast
Yeah, right,
kind
right,
of
yeah.
You
situation.
had some YouTube experience.
Yeah, right.
Right. And actually, I mean, to be honest with you, I really don't know of any other, I'm sure there are, but I really don't know of any other big popular podcasts that do outside.
Outdoor. I don't know of
That's
any.
their thing. I mean, this is inside right now, but that's because this is the crew right here. When we do episodes with guests,
Yeah.
it is outside around the
One thing I'd
bonfire.
like to
Yeah.
kind of specify here is I think this is something we're going to be doing moving on in the future is when we're around this table in the garage, it's going to be our behind the banter. It's going to be
Yeah.
our crew
Right,
and
right.
our team kind of talking about where we're at, anything that we want to kind of get in on the side. And we're hoping to try to get one of those out a week as well as one full episode of Bonfire Banter on, which is around the fire with new guests, new topics. So
Yeah.
we're going to start to differentiate these things a little bit and kind of create different episodes.
And like Al's kind of on the crew.
yeah.
Like I consider him my lawyer in a lot of ways. So I think
overall counsel.
he's gonna be our legal He is Bonfire Banter legal counselor, even though he has no legal expertise.
No background
whatsoever.
Well, he does have a good background in bird law.
And he has a great mustache. Bird law.
Bird law, and I can read legalese. I don't particularly care for it. I think
Yeah.
it's a blight on our society. But
I could read anything. I don't comprehend all of it, though.
I've gotten one over on a couple people with it, so
Okay.
we'll take that for
Just
whatever
straight bird
happens.
law or like
Picture Al with the white linen suit and the
I'll-
suspenders.
I'll just say idle is a motherfucker if you're on the wrong side of him.
All right, so but
Back to
yeah,
the
the
equipment.
events,
Thank you, Mike,
whatever
for
I was
keeping us-
talking about before.
That's why
I
we
don't
keep
even
you
know.
around.
Drink
That's
yours.
how's it taste like?
It's pretty good.
Okay, you can have it.
I was drinking one
Fuck it.
earlier.
I don't
No
really
COVID
like
here. No COVID here.
it.
Had it.
Alcohol kills it.
So many
apparently.
good antibodies,
It's a
dude.
gin.
You could
Yeah,
drink
gin.
off that. It'll make you stronger.
Anyways, so we started with AT2020s and Shure SM48s. There, it was okay.
Yeah.
Now we have SM58s. They're $100. The mixer was what, $200, something like that. 150.
280.
Yeah, well,
We got
okay,
some
whatever.
12 outputs on this bad
So
boy,
so we
too.
got 400 in mics, 300 in the mixer, 700, right? Our camera is now a Canon M200
Okay.
because the reason we switched from the M50 was because it kind of times out after a little bit. It's weird.
Yeah.
This one doesn't, and it also has clean HDMI, which means we can just plug an HDMI cable into it
Okay.
and put it into a capture
And that's
card.
an M what?
M200.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was going to
they-
say, because that's the one I just got.
They've,
Yeah.
they've made
double check.
those that
Yeah.
model is basically to suit people like us
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
doing what we're doing.
Gotcha.
This
So
is-
they've come out with those now.
Yeah.
It's a baseline, no frills, like just what you need to be able to put quality
The
lenses
only
on
thing you
and
can
still-
do with that thing, there's no viewfinder. It's where when you bring
Yeah.
a camera with your face and take a
Yeah,
picture,
screen, though.
it's just the screen.
Yeah.
So there's only a photo mode and a video mode, and that's it.
Gotcha.
And I just looked it up. I had to double check. This camera is $549.
Yeah. And
Right.
we got two
On,
of
on
them.
where, just for
This is
Clear out.
What are you looking
Best
at?
Buy, Walmart, B&H Photo, around.
That's
One thing
we
I know-
shopped
currently.
around. That's about what
I was
they
gonna say
are.
one thing I'd also say that I've been doing with this equipment is, and I don't know if everyone believes in this, but with us going outside doing this stuff, I keep trying to get the warranties and stuff on some of the stuff. It's accidental.
Don't
Right.
get the
A
warranty.
lot of it is accidental though. Is covered.
He's one of
the
those
warranties are a
guys.
scam, man.
Dude,
but
we're
see,
outdoor. We're moving the stuff around a lot.
But that's
Listen,
why,
I'll fix it if it breaks.
That's
a
why-
lens? The lens falls down and shatters. You're fixing it?
yeah,
There's
all
no
right,
fixing
yeah.
it.
Well, I will quote a man I worked with many years ago and tell you to mind what the fuck is in your hands.
I agree with you. I'm not getting it because
Be careful.
I'm worried about me. I got sure hands. I got hands of gold.
Well,
But-
if you
haven't
lay
dropped
the
the
shit
beer yet,
down
so there's
right
that.
and we do
Yeah.
it nice, you're
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
We have a set that is outside around a fire, and we drink with everyone that's here
Yeah.
That's
to
fine.
put some kind of warranties on, or like these.
It's not a bad. That's not a bad. idea. It's not a
Yeah,
bad
I
idea.
mean, people knock into things. People knock things over.
Until
Well, I mean,
they
I'm not worried about
watch
any of us
this
carrying
video.
the stuff.
Our
right.
our video game
You
episode,
avoided
we were out in the
everything.
pouring rain. You know.
All right, so let me just go back.
Don't
So
be
we
starting
got
that video
we
game
got
episode.
$400 in
Mics.
microphone, $300 in a mixer.
Mm.
We got $550 in a camera. So
Why you're hurting me by adding? I
Uh,
don't want to hear these numbers.
Yeah,
It
just
tune
hurts
out.
me.
It's an
Not that
investment.
much.
It's
Listen,
an
just tune out.
investment.
Okay,
It's
good.
an investment.
Okay, so now that he's not listening,
The funny thing is, I've supplied some of the money for this,
Can
and
I
I don't even
finish?
know what we have.
This-
Go on.
It
sorry.
doesn't matter. This
Go.
guy breaking balls earlier
Okay,
about how
keep
much
going the
it
math.
costs to
okay.
build this
So we got
Firebird.
$1250
Shit.
in just the camera and the mics and the whole audio
And that's just
setup.
one camera.
One camera.
Yeah.
Right. We originally started with a Elgato Cam Link. Right. When we went to a plug-in setup, that is currently 130. Right. So let's add 130 to that.
Two of them.
We have two of them. But we're gonna do a single setup. This
Yeah.
is if somebody wants to start it. This is what they're doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're at
Gotcha.
1350.
Mm-hmm.
The computer is actually it's a beast. It's an i7. It's the newest i7 that's out.
Keep
right?
sucking at Intel's teat.
Hey, it was a good deal. We went to Micro Center. They
If
got good
Intel
deals.
wants to give us anything for free for sucking the teat, you just let us know. Because we'll take the free shit.
So we got
and
a
we'll keep
Intel
sucking the
i7.
If AMD would rather send me their product, I would
I like-
take it gladly.
wait,
Whoever he said,
Listen, my system's
anyone,
an
send
AMD.
us free shit. We're going to suck the teat.
My
Let's do
personal,
it.
my personal system is an AMD Ryzen system. So it's an i7, 16 gigs of RAM, GTX 1660 Ti.
And we basically just built this thing just to run our stuff. We didn't
Yeah.
build it for gaming.
Yeah,
or
me
anything
and
else.
Mike.
Yeah.
Me and Mike went to Micro Center, and I got a shopping cart, and I was like, "Fill it."
Do you have a credit card? Because I would like to have one.
Wait, so
I have excellent credit though, so
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
able to
so
get
we went
one.
we
You're
went
going to
there,
prove no matter what.
and because I have already built PCs, I had a case and a power supply left over, just sitting there
Yeah.
that I've used like
and a fan.
See,
and a
what's
fan.
funny
It
to
was
me
blue
is
fan.
I hear you guys told me like, oh yeah, we built the computer. That is like so like daunting, like a task for me. Like I'm like,
Listen.
so what did you guys need? Like need some drills or some hammers? Like how'd you build it?
Right, what did I
Like,
build in,
oh,
like
did you
half
need,
an
like,
hour?
Do you need a welder?
So-
Did you
Yeah.
need a welder to build your computer? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
no, I-
the
so-
files are inside the computer.
I remember back when people used to alligator clip themselves to the case when they would change shit
I
on
mean,
the inside.
It's not
I
a
don't know,
terrible
guys.
I still
idea.
have to do that
but-
at my work. On
I just
some
want a
machines.
floppy disk, and I just want to just sit back and relax. That's all I
I'm
want.
just saying, like,
Anyways, let's add the total. I think it was what?
So
So
Okay, go back to Mike.
total.
roughly maybe $1,000
Yeah.
with the computer and our monitor.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's just a 27-inch 1080p monitor. So they add a grand,
grand.
of that.
to make
It's
this
a Geno.
monitor
I
nicer,
think
by
that's
the way.
basically it.
Yeah.
That's if you want to add, I don't know, $20 for a keyboard and mouse, whatever. We're at roughly $2,400 for not exactly what you see here, but I mean, a really, really good
Pretty good starter
setup.
setup.
Yeah, really, really good beginner setup. And I mean,
And the one thing I would like to tell people too, though, is if you're starting up and you go, I'm broke, I want to do something creative, and I don't have $2,400,
right.
turn your camera
You
around.
have an iPhone right here.
Turn your phone around, get a tripod.
Don't spend
online,
$30 on-
$50
yeah.
for a tripod that holds a phone, and sit down in your living room and just film it and go from there. And as you get better and you save up a little bit of money, get the next piece of technology and keep upgrading. But don't not start something because you go, oh, $2,400, I don't have that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that kills
No.
momentum.
Yeah.
Piecemeal
Don't
it,
look
right.
at that and go, I can't start without $2,400.
So what did you say?
That's
the
for
total,
this setup.
What did you say the total was?
Roughly $2,400.
$2,400.
Yeah.
But then you also got to pepper in like all the BS like cables and
Oh
mic
my
stands
God,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. It's like Al can say like an engine build. You go like, oh, how much my engine cost? Oh, the cam, the heads of this, it was it. Yeah, but then there's also like the bolts and gasket maker and all the
Yeah.
minutia.
All
and
this
crap.
miscellaneous stuff.
Don't put bolts in minutia. You end up with like $800 worth of bolts later. It turns into a effing nightmare. And if you got a Ford engine, God forbid you don't know which water pump you have, because then you're buying the wrong sets of bolts all the effing time. So that's just a totally different thing. But
You know what I was happy about?
yeah.
My last night I built this table for Bonfire Banter so we could put all of our stuff on there.
Yeah, we got a new desk.
Gonna toot my own horn here, but I was very proud of myself. First project I've ever done where one trip to Home Depot was enough. I've never done before. And actually, I was about to put the casters on the bottom, and I didn't have any screws to fasten them into the bottom that were big enough to not pass through the holes in the casters. And I moved into Sammy's childhood home, and her grandfather has like big jars. Like when we moved in there, mason jars, are just like random screws and shit. And I literally always looked at them like, yeah, I'm not gonna throw it away. It's a bunch of screws. Last night I found like 16 perfect screws in these things that fit perfect, were short, and it was the last thing I was gonna put the casters on because I didn't have the hardware for it.
Yeah.
And then I dug through these old mason jars and
Oh yeah,
found what I needed.
one of the best the best resources of any mechanic, technician, builder, whatever, is a good junk drawer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I got a junk drawer over there that's about
Hey,
to.
we just
fall
added
out.
to that today.
We just added some more
Just added
today.
to that
Yeah,
today.
it's you got to have a junk
Junk
drawer.
generally
You know,
comes
all
off
this-
Fords.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why did we let this guy on here?
I
again?
know. That's he was like, oh, I played it down the middle last time.
Yeah.
Ah,
Right down
that's
the
from what
fucking
I
middle.
remember.
Hey, no, between old dude and these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Well, you bridged a gap. I don't know. You played down the middle.
It's a different kind of middle.
But okay, I'm just gonna finish off our little
Yeah.
equipment setup thing now. So we had Elgato Cam Links, right?
Okay.
And we had 2 of them, right? So it's 260 in capture cards. So then, I think it was Jay found this Blackmagic A10 Mini.
Yeah.
So it's a 4-input video switcher,
yeah.
and it was what, $300, something like $300, right?
Yep.
So-
Something along those lines.
If we could either buy 2 capture cards or this
Because we were
one.
adding another camera. So we
Right.
had, when we had first started, we
We had
had
one.
the 1, and then we got the 2,
We
and
had
then we went to
GoPros
3 at
and
one
stuff.
point. Yeah,
We
Yeah, we
borrowed
somehow-
a GoPro from Al.
we
Yeah.
got the 3 at one point, but they didn't all take capture cards.
Right.
So when we started using capture cards, so we didn't have to edit every different file.
Yeah.
Everything was going to be on one file, and it was going to stop our editing process, like cut our editing process by like
It-
10 times shorter.
It took so long because
Yes.
one, we were recording directly on the cameras,
Yes.
right? And then we were recording with
Audio
Audacity.
separately.
Yeah.
Audio file.
Yeah.
So then we had to
So
go
now
in
you
and,
have,
and link
for
it
4
together.
segments that are all half-hour long.
Yeah.
You have video and audio files that then you have to piece together, and we weren't doing a good job of labeling them either,
No, not
which
at all.
was not ideal.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just
A lot of technical difficulties. I mean, we
Yes.
ran into a lot of shit, and that's the thing is that in those moments, a lot of people would give up, and they'd
Right.
say, this shit sucks. We can't figure it out. This is way too hard. We're not,
we're calling it. We'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah,
it next
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Blah blah
Figure
blah.
it
No,
out,
no.
yeah.
We do
We
not
just
give
push
up.
through.
We've done that from the beginning.
We've had so
and-
many issues, and then we just
yeah,
said, fuck it.
I
let's
actually
figure it
give us
out.
a lot of
Yeah.
credit for that. I mean, almost in the beginning, every episode was a struggle just to even get it happening, and then we'd end up with a bunch of audio, video files, and everything, and then we'd have to somehow
Take
put
a
it all
week
together. and,
just to
yeah,
even think about editing it.
At some point, we borrowed my camera, and it stopped recording after like 13 minutes, and it was just
Yeah.
fucking weird.
So now we're at a point now, and give a shout out to Sammy Rossi for buying
Shout out to
me
Sammy.
for Christmas.
Sammy Rossi,
Sammy. It's not
Sammy.
she's not what they say. That's not even her name. It's Janice.
Janice
But
Rossi.
Sammy
anyway,
Rossi.
Let's come
so-
back to the Goodfellas episode.
yes,
We're
yes,
doing.
that is a
Go ahead. Go ahead.
thing.
Go ahead.
But she had purchased us our 3rd camera, another M200 for Christmas for me. So thank you.
If you didn't know,
Really
she,
appreciate
it,
uh,
Sammy.
she hit us up in the DMs.
She did
on
tell
the-
me
on
that.
The quiet. Oh, she did.
She told me, she's like, I didn't know what to buy you guys. I want to get you something. I'm like, all right, I appreciate it. The funny thing for me though is that like she bought it, and I like opened it up, and I was like, all right, cool. I like looked at it, put it back in the box. I'm like, I gotta take this to Rob and Mike. It's like she bought you guys a toy. I'm just like, oh, we got a 3rd camera. That's what I wanted. My big goal was to get that 3rd camera
like,
back. I'm like, sweet,
right.
sweet. Mike and Rob will know what to do with this. I go to take
the guys
pictures.
will
I go
fucking
to
love
take
this.
pictures on Christmas. I just grab my phone and shit. I'm like, yeah,
Fucking
I'm
guys
not-
that love this thing.
which is again, she did great. It's exactly what I wanted was a 3rd cam back
Right.
because that wide angle to me is bonfire banter. It's all 4 of us around the thing. It's like just like a communal shot. Just something about that wide angle to me just makes the show. And like having to go to that 2 tight angles, which looks good. Popping back and forth between
just
2
wasn't
tights though.
bonfire
It just
banter
didn't.
anymore.
Yeah, it just didn't give me that
Anymore.
same feel
Yeah.
of that wide angle. But now we got 4 or 3 cameras that all go to the capture cards, so we can
4.
get on one.
Do we have 4?
No, we have 3
will
good
have
ones.
You could
We got
do
the,
eventually
the
we'll have
50 and the
4.
200s.
We will have 4.
Okay, yeah,
Eventually.
and we can plug in for what we got.
Yep.
But we got those, and then we just purchased our first lens because we want to get lens on all 3 of them. So tell us
Yeah.
about the lens. That we
All
got
right, so
today.
real
So we
quick,
got
actually
right here.
today,
We're using it right now.
yeah. So today I got here. He ordered
Let
the
us
capture
know how
card.
you think how it looks.
Rob
Yeah,
ordered this capture card last week, whatever. It got here. This is my first time ever using it. I've done a little bit of research on it. Nothing crazy.
The 4-pronger.
Yeah, the
New little
Blackmagic
board,
A10
yeah.
Mini.
Okay, cool.
So I plugged it in, and it's a USB-C port on both ends.
Okay.
And I was getting some weird lag, so I had to take the cam link that we were using before
Okay.
and just use the HDMI out on there on the A10 Mini
Okay.
and use the capture card still. So if you want to use the A10 Mini, you have to have a capture card, or
Okay.
else it'll be laggy and it'll be kind of weird.
So you do still need one capture
You need
card
one.
to go into the computer.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like
The other
again,
one we're
like,
donating to
Jay
Tubby
Nauska.
Tubby TV.
There you go.
Yeah. Jane Jill Create.
Is that it? Right. Yeah.
What is the other one? Minty TV.
Well, we're donating it to the Bubba Brothers
The
Yeah.
Bubba Brothers.
for their
Uh,
tag
But
team
yeah,
match.
so
funny
if
though
you
that-
want to like just make your computer see cameras, you need to spend like $500. Which I mean, up front that's a lot, but I mean it makes your life so much easier, so much easier.
If you're committed and you're going to do it long term, it always, in my experience with anything, it pays to invest up front. If you know that you're going to do it, if you're kind of a willy-nilly person that pops between hobbies every 3 months, then maybe not.
No, it's not worth it. No.
But if you're the kind of person that when you get into something you're going to do it for 2-3 years, it makes a lot of sense just to get the good shit up front. Because we're already buying stuff that we already had that we can't even use because the capture cards didn't work with it. And
yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Or
still
second buying
Or
shit.
if you're stubborn
Yeah.
sons of bitches like us and we've committed to this and now we won't stop.
Yeah, it's,
and
this
I'll
is
never
it.
stop.
This
Well,
is
I
it.
would also say you can do a lot of other stuff with capture cards. I mean, you could,
yeah.
you know, you could stream games. You could do all sorts of dumb
That's one
shit.
thing that I
Like
think we're starting to
there's-
realize. We streamed live our last
plenty
episode.
of
Big with the
other,
kids these days.
Yeah.
plenty
Yeah,
other
we like
things you
that.
can do with a good capture card and camera setup. You are not limited to just talking like a jerk off or comedy or whatever.
Who you calling a jerk off, huh?
Mainly him, but no, I
I'll
take
take
that
it.
back.
I'll take it.
Mainly him.
Oh,
I'm the only
Oh.
one not getting called a jerk off. That's great.
all right. All right, let me
Fantastic.
finish what I was saying. So that's the capture card. You guys fucking interrupt me all the time.
I know.
This is
I'm sorry.
why. This is why I'm only on this show.
It was getting long-winded, bro.
I'm only on
That's
this
my job.
show.
You
I'm
got to
supposed
keep
to
some.
talk.
You got to keep some inter things going.
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
people
it's
lose
flowing.
their.
Can I
Listen.
fuck up and listen?
You're also in the garage. This
like
is
a
what happens in
fucking
the
audio
garage.
book.
Fuck.
All right, get back to what you
Anyways,
were saying. man.
anyways,
Not that audiobooks are bad.
$500 in capture cards.
Okay.
There you go. $500.
Boom, bang, pow.
So today, you went to Best Buy,
Yeah.
and I checked this morning. Lens was there.
yeah.
You went.
Not so
Not-
much there.
not there.
I've learned a lesson today that I'll never go get another piece of
You gotta
equipment
call.
before
You
calling
gotta call.
ahead to
So-
say, hey, put that aside.
So Rob and I were working on my car, and
I
it
text
was-
you guys saying,
yeah, said
not so good. They're sending it
it's
to me
not there,
tomorrow.
right?
Yeah.
Me and Rob said, "Fuck it."
Jump into Jeep.
6:34. They close at 7 p.m. 6:34.
Yep.
We run over there. Get there at 6:56. Go right to the cameras.
Yeah.
And we're like, we need this fucking lens now,
Yeah.
right? Get the lens, come home, and we're shooting on it now.
Boom, bang, pow.
It
That's how you
was
get
so
things done.
close. Listen, it was like NORAD. Like the steel door was like
They
closing.
closed
Did he
the doors.
slide through
And
like the
me and-
opening?
yeah, and me and Mike are like
She closed. Listen,
Indiana Jones and
Yeah.
underneath.
I was
thing.
the last one to
Yeah.
go
Like
in on
war
that side.
games.
She closed the door, opened it, and said, "Hey, you can go on the enter side or the exit side." I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
So she closes that door and fucking barricades it with the fence. So I went in and got the lens.
2020 protection. You
Those
need
rioters
barricades
were,
and yeah.
they were right behind us. They saw the rioters
It's just so
coming.
weird. Best Buy
come
used to
on now.
always close at
Still
like
Riverside.
9 or 10. Now it's 7 o'clock because people want to
Yeah.
fucking riot.
I didn't
No
say which
shit.
store it was.
Yeah.
Who cares?
What do you?
First off, every Best Buy has a
Do they?
GD. Oh yeah. Are you kidding me? Every store's got a effing gate or fence or
Yeah.
some business they pull down over their
Bulletproof.
nonsense.
Yeah, it's
So
nothing
you
new.
want to talk about like I'm not saying Riverside's bad.
Oh no, I was just
I-
kidding.
Yeah,
You want to talk about riots and
I didn't say
nonsense?
that,
They
you said
arrested
that.
He-
30
hey,
effing something
Al
people
Lipper said that.
at
Al
the
said
Downers
that.
Grove Best Buy.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. What were we doing? We were right in the middle of all this stuff. Why don't we just go loot all this stuff? Why don't we just steal all this stuff?
Yeah, we're stupid because we're
No,
stupid.
we don't want to steal.
No, we're not stupid,
about
we're
that. That was a
honest.
joke.
It's, if anybody goes
We're an honest,
rioting, I wear a
hardworking people here.
size 70-inch TV. I'm just saying.
We're
Don't look
honest,
after
twisted tea drinking folk.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing more than that.
Could
So-
you imagine if this is the first episode somebody's watching and like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah.
Drinking
You're
Twisted
talking about
Tea?
Twisted
They're, like,
Tea.
super into
What the
Twisted
fuck
Tea.
is North Riverside Mall?
Yeah.
I think it tastes like dick.
so
I don't
confused.
It
know.
really doesn't taste that good, but you bought it, so we got to drink it.
Yeah. Are you drinking that one currently?
This one.
If you want to,
Crack
go
it.
ahead.
Crack
I
it.
don't
I can
care.
crack this
You want
one.
to crack it?
Yeah.
Wait, bring it up close and get the
No,
nice.
absolutely
you sure?
not.
Bring it up nice and close.
it a crack.
Yes, I'm
Give it-
sure.
Give it a crack.
Ooh, that was fresh. It's good.
crisp.
Wow.
You believe
These
it.
cans are high quality.
Very high quality. The strength to what is it? Strength to density.
Strength to
ratio.
weight.
Oh,
strength to weight
God damn
ratio.
it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I don't know. I'd have been more impressed if it didn't split open when he hit that dude with it. But,
Did you see how hard he fucking hit him?
oh, I know. I'm
That was a
he
haymaker.
molly-whopped him.
Somebody had to
He
say that shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
That was like a Stone Cold Steve Austin type.
Oh, not even. That was
Bash.
above and beyond. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, that is like some
Like a
real.
Sabu,
Attempted
that
murder
fucking
type
Sa-
like-
hey, now that was Sabu right there.
He deserved it.
Oh
He
yeah,
deserved every bit of
dude
it.
deserved it for
That's
sure.
the problem today is that you don't have enough people getting that fucking
Yes,
slap in the face.
exactly.
Let's
Because
not
we're
go down-
online.
Anyways,
Ooh,
let's
I
not
can
go
talk
down
shit
that
behind
road.
the keyboard.
So
All right, what were you saying?
are we all done?
In no way does Bonfire Banter think that guy should have got the shit kicked out of him after the Twisted Tea.
But he did.
The Twisted Tea was fine. After, debatable.
Yeah, it was on the ground.
All right, what were you gonna say though?
Got the lens.
Got the lens.
So
What's our
there's
next
a
thing?
little
Our next thing is to get, at least from my point of view, is the 2 more lenses that are
Yeah.
that one on the other side. I
yeah.
guess,
So
right?
we're gonna test this one out and see how it looks.
How we like it, yeah.
And then go from there. I mean, it would be ideal because these lenses, for a lens, is cheap. It's $200. That's really
Cheap,
cheap for a lens.
Yeah.
You can get, I mean, yeah, you can get lenses that are fucking, $10,000.
I
It
looked
goes
at one
up
today
there.
at Best Buy. It was $1,400. It was
Yeah,
like this
they-
big old telescope. looking
Yeah, they go up
motherfucker,
in price. I mean, it's $200.
that's a pervert camera lens.
Yes,
what
that's
for.
a
yeah.
Peeper Tom one.
Yeah.
They call
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, basically, if you buy everything new, we got maybe $800 in video stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, $50 tripod, $100 tripod, whatever.
Yeah.
It's tripod. It's not going anywhere. It's staying there.
Yeah.
$800 there. What I say, $700 here.
I think it adds up to a
500
shit ton
there.
of cash.
Yeah, if you guys really think about it, it's kind of sad.
I told you I don't want to hear all this.
Hey, we've always kind of
The
It's a
worst
harsh
thing-
reminder.
One of the worst things I've ever done for my health at all is I opened an Excel spreadsheet and typed in how much I spent on my car.
Yeah, that'll hurt.
Never do it.
Oh no.
Never do that.
No.
Bad.
No. Cars.
Bad idea.
Let's
I
be
could have paid it off when I bought it at this point.
Oh, and are you also? What about the amount you've put into it too?
No, I'm saying with the amount I put into it, I
Yeah.
could have just paid it off.
Purchased
Oh,
it.
Like
oh,
already.
yeah.
It would have
Yeah.
been paid off in like a year.
No. That's the thing that people don't understand. People think like car guys that build cars, customize cars, things like that. They think it's like the History Channel TV shows where it's like, oh, we built it in a week and we made money, and it's like, no.
Wish.
Yeah.
Almost every single car guy on this planet, every project he's ever done, it's a labor of love. You
Yeah.
don't make
fuck these
money.
cars.
You
You do it 'cause
lose.
you like it.
You lose a massive amount of money.
Yeah.
But you also lose a
Gives you
massive amount of money
fulfillment.
having a pet dog and all this stuff. But
It takes up time.
it's a
It keeps
connection.
you to something that's
It's a connection
honest,
that you
you know,
make.
yeah.
It's a connection you make, and it's a labor of love. That's
Yeah.
the best way to describe it.
Let's think about this. You spent
So
okay.
is
Let's
this
just
podcast.
say
We're
let's
like
just say
5Gs,
$3
probably.
grand, right?
I think more
Oh,
than that, but yeah.
maybe yeah. So we got 2 cameras, $5 grand.
Yeah,
$5 grand.
probably
There you go.
closer to
Boom,
five.
$5 grand,
Yeah.
right? We spent $5,000. Well, these guys, you got it.
Spend your time.
Yeah. So $5,000, but we've spent time with people,
Yes.
and especially now,
Which is way more money.
now, like you can't do that. We started this podcast. We were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
We started the podcast in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Couldn't fucking find anything. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And we had people coming out and talking on the show.
Yeah. One thing, it's not going to be a popular thing between you guys, but if we stopped and never did another episode, I'd be okay with the amount of money I spent for the footage we've already got. I'd be okay with it. Just because, like, look back on what we've already done in 10 years, I'd be proud of it. I'd be like, that was cool. That was fun. So I can stop tomorrow and be happy with it. But,
Well,
like,
that was
I
cool
won't
shit
I
now.
won't do that just because I'm...
Well, it was cool
Not
shit.
me.
We got,
Well, just
listen,
because
this
that's not my
fucking
personality
desk
thing.
you
Not
just
me.
But I'm
built.
saying I'm already happy with the experience that this has given me to go whatever the money comes and goes. It's already been such a positive experience where it's like I already feel like it's the money
Yeah, that's-
doesn't matter.
That's because you like having a good time.
Hey,
You're a good time
let's
guy,
go.
you know?
You want to tell me to talk on camera?
Yeah, no.
Great.
I'm like, what the fuck did I just spend all this money and
No,
time on?
yeah.
No.
I'm gonna be honest. When we started the podcast, I didn't know who he was. He just came over, and you're like, "Yeah, this is the guy," and I was
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
I was like, "I'm doing video and audio. You do your thing."
Yeah.
And now,
And it, like I don't even think Rob knew what he was doing when he first walked up. Like you're the director. It's like, and you're just like, okay, yeah. What does that fucking mean? But you kind of just ran with it. You
It
know?
means being the boss.
It's exactly right. And I didn't want to be the boss. I wanted to fucking be on. I wanted to sit down and not to worry about shit.
And I don't
And,
want to be
uh,
on the camera.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
all
but,
worked out.
hey, neither did I. But
Worked out
yet
great.
we're
Funny
here.
how often you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
actually.
Well, there's a lot of there's high female response.
Yeah.
Oh,
from
when
the
you're
viewers
on?
when I'm on the camera.
Yeah, so we got to
So
keep him on. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
doing
mean,
it.
People
I'm
are
doing
warm
it
to
I
his
think,
form.
I
For
think
the
that stat
viewers.
is. I think it's wrong. I'm just saying it could be wrong.
No.
I don't
It's
know.
wrong
It's
stuff.
got
I
a
don't
lot
know.
warmer over here.
I did make it up myself.
It radiates heat, huh?
There's a lot of hot air coming.
Yeah,
I don't know.
ton of it. So, what are we looking forward to here in the future, Rob? What's something you're looking forward to that we're moving on going forward here? What's your
Well,
what you think?
I'll tell us what we've been talking about so far. We've kind of really gone from like a beginning to where we are now, like,
Yeah.
technically wise.
Yeah.
Right. So we should also kind of cover where we've come from, where we are, where we're going, as far as content wise and
Yeah.
guests and what we're doing like that. Going forward, technically wise, with what we have, I think I say this every month. We're good where we're at now.
Two
Just
more
wait.
lenses.
Yeah,
two more lenses and we're
one
good.
more. Yeah,
Two
yeah.
more lenses and we're good.
Listen, Rob, it's like a project car. It's never done.
You know
It's
what?
never done.
I never thought of it that way until you just said it right
Yeah.
now.
It's never gonna.
Yeah.
Listen, is that
Fuck.
is
Fuck.
that Jeep out there? Is that thing done?
It'll never
Is
be
that
done.
Firebird done?
No.
The Firebird would be closer to done if he
Yeah, I
didn't
was gonna
cheap
say.
out on some shit in the first place.
I just need some struts.
It's closer to being done than
Just
your
some
car.
struts.
So
Closer to being done than my Firebird that I could go and
No,
drive
your
over here.
Toyota.
Oh, okay.
Look
Well,
at it so personal.
We can
Anyway.
This
we
podcast
can,
is
we
a
can
project
play
car.
add up the fucking the same way we played
We
add
can-
up all this techno babble you've got making
we
this
can
podcast.
we can pull out the
Techno
measuring
babble.
we can pull out the measuring tape anytime. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is what was I saying?
I have
no.
no fucking idea.
Going
How far
forward,
we came
going
or something,
okay. He
yeah.
reminded me that we'll never be complete
Yeah.
technically wise. I want like actually, me and Mike were talking earlier. We were looking at Rogan and young Jamie's setup that they have, and we're not too far off that. Actually, to be honest with you, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it.
We really have their setup, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Like their switcher is like what TV studios use.
Yeah.
It's $3,000.
Yeah.
And we have $300. You know what I'm saying?
And with your support, we can get to that $3,000 for that.
and I'm gonna say, when he showed me that, my first thought wasn't like, oh fuck, $3,000. No, my first thought was like,
Eventually.
that's not bad. We're gonna get there.
Eventually, yeah.
I
Yeah.
want that shit.
Yeah.
I want the stuff that makes.
Got to reinvest.
I want the stuff that makes all you guys and myself excited
Yeah.
when
absolutely.
we get to work with it and we get to do it.
Absolutely.
One of the
Momentum, again,
I started playing bass when I was in high school. And one of the best things I did was I actually bought a decent bass and a decent amp, because a lot of guys, they start playing guitar and they
You
buy
start
a
the
they buy a
shittiest
cheapo
one. Most-
startup
yeah.
set, and then it's that
Most
much
hobbies, that's what people do.
and it's that much easier to then just throw it in the closet
Yeah.
because it's cheap. Who cares? Whatever. But if you actually invest, it kind of like holds you to it a little bit more.
Yeah. You're
So-
pot committed at that point.
Right. So
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way with the podcast here. I think that I want to get the good stuff that makes our job easier, makes it easier for us to give you guys content, makes it easier for us to make good content for you guys. That's the whole game.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really is. The more and more I'm seeing of how this all works on social media, the biggest thing for me that I'm seeing in the future here is that we've only scratched the surface. We're all learning all of this still.
Yeah.
These guys have been learning the technical part. The funny thing for me is that you guys are talking the technical part, and like I know I've invested a little bit in that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's like a different fucking
no,
language
yeah,
for me.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's nice that we have that. Oh, that sounds nice. We have that.
four
That's
channels?
cool.
Four?
That's
Fuck
what we
yeah,
have.
4?
See, I know how many 4 is.
What's
So-
everyone else got? 2? They only got 2.
Oh
probably,
wow, what's
right?
happening
Yeah.
here? What do we have?
He goes, Rogan's got 8. He's got 8. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. We need 8. We need 8.
So,
And real quick, let
Yeah,
me be clear for everybody too. None of us are, well, maybe Mike has a little bit more knowledge with.
he's
social
younger.
media, but-
He's a little younger. too.
yeah.
he's
We
hip
didn't-
and he's with
we were not social media people
Mm.
at all. Like I was getting ready to switch over to a pager and just dump
Yeah.
the whole smartphone.
I already
altogether
have just
before
a,
this.
a telegraph in my
Yeah,
house.
yeah. Just
Trying to go Morse code.
Yeah. Now I'm dick deep in Instagram.
Yeah,
and
looking at your
all
followers
this.
every day.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm doing my job all day at work,
Yeah.
and then every break I have, I'm sitting here.
Yeah. It's become a part-time job for me as well, and I'm actually looking
I actually
forward
do
to
enjoy
like
it, though.
in the next 5 to 10 years for me. I want my current job to be, and maybe even sooner than that if this really starts taking off.
See what
But
happens.
hopefully in like 2 years, I'd like this to be my full-time job because
me
there's
too.
so much
Me too.
work you can do. Oh my God. The more and more I look at these people that are successful on social media, they are on the trends. They are posting shit constantly. They are fucking cranking out content fucking constant. It's like you can't do it with a full-time job. But these guys, and we're
Or
doing a
paying
good job,
somebody
all
to
of
do
us.
it for
and
you.
It's nice that all of us are committed to this thing. We're not by ourselves trying to do this. It's like 3 part-time guys are better than 1 part-time fucking person. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
So luckily, we're all fucking investing some time in this thing, but
That's what it all is. It's time.
Yeah.
And actually, to me, that's a lot more valuable than money. I mean,
it means that I care. I mean,
what's
if
that-
I'm spending my time
what's
on,
that
I
phrase?
got a lot of other things I can spend my time on.
no
If I-
amount of money has bought 1 second of time.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
I think Tony Stark said that.
I think Justin Timberlake
Oh,
said that
Howard
on that movie,
Stark said that.
Out of Time. Or
Oh,
Is it
God,
Howard
that movie
Stern?
was terrible.
Stark.
By the by, you know, I was once told that. Two quick things.
Yeah.
Any dollar someone makes off of you is 50 cents they're stealing from you. That's number
that.
one.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Number two, work is someone paying you to waste your fucking time.
Those are the 2 most Al Lipper quotes I've
I
ever
like
heard.
That's why you got to work for yourself and do shit like this that makes you happy, that rather than work for someone that you're working for a paycheck every week. I don't know.
Yeah, one thing I've learned.
I like my job, so it's not hard to, I don't shit on what I'm doing now because I don't dislike what I'm doing, but I like this better. That's for sure.
I like my job too, but one thing I learned is I don't think I can work for somebody for the rest of my.
No, I know that.
I'm not
in
a
your
hard to get
personality.
along with guy. I'm a pretty friendly guy, but for some reason I think I have to work for myself. Working for other people is not working for me.
I mean, at the end of the day, it just goes to our personalities. I mean, certain personalities are willing to, to sit there and make that and have a consistent pay and know there's security. There's other people that just rather take the risk and, working for yourself means more than the paycheck coming in. And people like that start their own businesses and stuff like that. Where the paycheck at the end of the day doesn't matter. It's the happiness and it's the goal at the end of the day that is going to push you toward whatever you're doing.
The labor of love, like we talked about. Yeah.
Again, and if you could turn your hobby into something that's making you some cash, I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't take the excitement out of the hobby. I know some guys like Mike DeGraff and stuff like that, started doing golf lessons as a career, and it actually sucked the fun out of golf for them because they didn't get to actually golf anymore. They were teaching people all day on the range with kids and shit that they didn't actually get to go play the game anymore. So
Well,
it's
that's
like
why-
sometimes you do that
that's
and it
why-
actually wrecks the hobby for you. But
That's why I didn't pursue a career as a mechanic because I enjoy
'Cause
working
you
on
like
cars.
working on
and
your
if
own
I
cars.
if I become a mechanic, then
same
I'm
thing.
not
I like
gonna it.
woodworking shit, but I don't want to be a carpenter.
You
Because
may
I want to
be
do it on my
prone
own
to
time. I
that.
want to be like a hobby.
Right.
You may not be. I've met a lot of mechanics that still work on their own stuff and do their own thing. But
That's true.
It's personality based. Like
I'll
a
tell you
lot
one
of
thing, though,
people
is
don't
true.
want to do
Yeah.
the same effing thing 24 hours a
you
day.
don't. And when you come home, you don't want to do the same job. I'd say the painter's house is the last one that gets painted. It's just because you're doing that shit all day long. You're not going to come home and do it again. It's like that's your rest time. You're working all day long. It's like
Well,
I
that's
want to come home
why
and work some more.
that's why like mechanics buy beater cars off old
Yeah.
ladies that got low
because
mileage
they know that they can fix the easy things that the old ladies
and
not
just
fixing. Yeah.
keep
They
driving.
just need
it
an oil
forever,
change and a fucking
nobody
tires.
cares.
Yeah.
Tires.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the
No,
same
yeah.
thing. Like they're kicking that can down the road the same as the carpenter
Yeah.
has a busted piece of drywall at his fucking house.
This
Like,
actually-
Same reason why garbage pickers go through Hinsdale and Oak Brook. It's like
This is everywhere. This actually brings me to a good point that I was actually thinking about the other day. And when we're talking about where we're going,
Yeah.
I actually want to do a bit on this show where I want to have me, Mike, and Al all buy
This is news to me, by the way.
Yeah,
I
this is
know
news to
that.
all you guys.
Yeah, no idea.
Buy used cars. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere between $800 and $1,000. So each of us has $1,000 to play with, and we have to go out and buy a car.
what's the
and-
end goal?
I wanna
This
beat
is down the road.
okay,
We can start
okay,
making
okay,
money,
their
right?
cars.
Okay, the end
I'm
We
goal.
start
Ram-
making money, right?
Well, I might already have the car.
The end
is all
goal-
I'm-
Okay,
No,
go.
you gotta
And
buy
go,
a new
and
one.
go, and go.
Listen, I'm gonna
Yeah,
ram
yeah.
my fucking Festiva into your cars.
You gotta buy a new, yeah, you gotta buy a new one.
But I just bought a car for $300.
You gotta
not
buy a
that
new
long
No,
one.
you gotta buy another one.
Finish the
Buy a
challenge.
new
What's the
one.
You
challenge?
better sell it. All right. So the challenge is, so we're gonna get the cars,
Okay.
and we're gonna drive them for 3 weeks. And you gotta drive them daily. All of us have to drive them daily.
Right.
And then at the end of the 3 weeks, we're all gonna drive up to Michigan, and hang out. We'll do a podcast. We'll do an episode up there. and then we got to drive back. And the challenge is who can make it
there and back.
there and back.
I love it.
Now,
I might fucking leave the car wherever it is.
so I was thinking.
If you have a cheap
Title-
car, it's like
title and
So what I was
leave it.
okay. So here's what I was thinking. Obviously,
It's like a Top Gear type of
obviously, if
thing,
it doesn't.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a total Top
And
Gear.
I don't even
ripoff.
know much about Top Gear, but
It's
I
a
know
total
that
Top Gear
Top
ripoff, but
Gear-
it'd
There
be
you go.
great with us
Yeah.
three. I
Yeah.
think the three of us are like the perfect people to do this.
Yeah.
So and then if
follow
we
him
all
behind with a
make
camera
it,
car.
so if we all make it,
They can fix
basically
you
then
guys.
the winner comes down to who had to put less money into the car to
Ooh,
keep to get
yeah,
it to
so
that
lowest
point,
budget
right?
to
Oh,
get
I
back
already
and
know
forth.
what I'm fucking buying. I got it. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
But you got
You
to find it though.
Yugo.
Oh, you guys are fucked.
But you got to
Okay.
find it. So this is gonna be awesome
A
because
Yugo.
all three of us.
You know how hard it is to find parts for a Yugo?
I have no idea.
You know
I
how
don't
hard it
even-
is to find a
nobody-
Yugo
yeah,
in the
I
first
don't
I don't
place?
think you
Are
ever
you
find
guys?
one.
They were disposable. They were a giveaway car.
To be
for
very
fuck's
honest
sake.
with you,
you
I don't
bought
even
a
know
new
what a
car,
Yugo
they gave
is.
you a Yugo.
You just heard the name.
it's
you're
a-
like, yeah.
It's a Czechoslovakian car.
It's really
Fucking
tiny.
pieces
I
of
know
shit.
that.
They were big in the
Oh, I know.
80s. They were an economy car. They were cheap. They
Big
were
'cause They
whatever.
were given away.
But I'm Czechoslovakian, so I love everything Czechoslovakian.
Yeah.
So
He's
don't
gonna buy
bet
a
about
Yugo.
Where's the Yugo, Bob?
Yeah.
Where's
I
your
got
fucking
a Yugo
Yugo?
SKS
then
over there.
check
Oh, yeah.
I don't. You do
There's
though.
no fucking
No,
Yugo in this garage.
Chinaman.
Oh, you
Or
got a
I'm sorry,
Chinese.
I'm sorry, not
You got a
Chinaman,
Chinese Yugo.
I should
All
not
right.
say that.
It's gun talk. Don't worry about it.
Hey,
Anyway,
we love all races here.
So
It's
this is
not the issue.
About
so this
Perfect.
Chinaman is not the issue. So this is going forward. This is a plan, but the we can't do it until each of us can come up with $1,000,
Yes.
or if we can get some
Time.
support from the viewers
Absolutely.
to donate.
Well, see, I think it's
we
kind
need
of bogus 'cause
$3,000.
I've already got a car.
No, you gotta buy a new one.
No, you
Oh,
gotta
so you gotta
buy
buy
her.
one for the
Yeah,
competition.
because it's during the time.
Just because I'm set up ahead of you guys.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm
doesn't
gonna take my Jeep, and that's,
Yeah.
no, you got it.
Yeah.
The whole point
Yes.
is you have to.
We gotta
all
go. We're gonna
start at the
film
same
all the
time.
purchasing. We're gonna
Wait a
we're gonna
second.
film
How
the
about, how,
purchases.
how about,
Listen,
how
I
about
can
this?
take
How
a
about, how about we
Volkswagen
do,
Beetle
how about
for
we try to do it
cheap
four
enough.
ways,
We can
and
buy that
I'll
fucking
sell
thing.
my shitbox to Justin.
Perfect. But you've got to buy a
What the
new
fuck's
car.
happening here? What am I buying?
It's actually a nice car.
Don't worry about it.
Another car?
76,000 original miles, man. It's a nice car. Why do you think I want to use it for the competition?
Is it that
The hell
old?
do I want?
Yeah.
No, I want to buy that Olds from you.
Oh,
I
well,
want to buy that Olds from you.
that's negotiable.
That's the Olds is off the table.
The budget's 800. You want 801.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
no.
See,
They
okay.
can have it for the 8.
So
I'll
this-
find something else.
So this is what we got to talk about. We got to talk about 800 or 1,000. 800 makes it way more
Hard.
difficult
Hard.
because you can get
You
a
might
good
not
runner
have a
for,
working
You
engine
can
at
get a
800.
runner.
A lot
You
for-
can get a runner for 800.
It's hard at any of those prices.
Yeah.
I've
I
gotten
don't know,
good
I found
runners
a
at
fucking
800.
Lexus.
Yeah.
You can find some
$1,000.
of 4 wheels for $1,000.
I found a
long ago.
Lexus earlier today. Listen,
12 years ago?
listen,
Yeah, I say I got a
hey,
great car for $50.
real
12
quick,
years
hey,
ago.
earlier-
I don't think
Mike's
I've
got
ever
one
seen
for
a
you.
car
Mike's
for
got one
earlier
for you.
today I was on Facebook Marketplace and I found a Lexus ES 300, right?
Yeah.
$1,500. I
Okay.
could probably talk them down to 1,000.
But what is
Just
that
saying.
for, though? Is it just a shell?
No,
Is there an engine?
No, listen,
Is there an
ran.
engine in that
Does
thing?
this thing, hey, does this
it
thing come
ran.
with brakes? Does it come with brakes?
Are
ran.
the cinder blocks the tires? Or what are those?
Or are those in the trunk? What's up?
Lexus is a good car though.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
reliable.
Reliable.
That's just because you have
And-
a Toyota.
Well, here's the thing about Toyotas. They have belts for their timing systems a lot of times that are very cheap and inexpensive to exchange outside of the labor. So,
Make some stuff happen.
All right,
know.
so anyway, this is the challenge. I want to do it. Basically, when we can do it is when either we can get some support from viewers and sponsors enough to where we can each afford $1,000 to go buy a car, or each of us comes up. I mean, I'll do it right now. I'll come up with the money. I don't give a
I
shit.
will find a shitbox. I can assure you.
So 3 weeks, you got to drive it daily, and then also obviously what we're going to be doing too is we're going to each be doing video updates throughout the weeks. So if you have a problem, we're going to shoot a short video. Okay, just
We all
found
have our phones with us at all times. We can all
yeah,
fucking
just
do something.
figured out my car doesn't have AC and it's July and like or whatever. I mean, like we'll do video updates as we go along with it. Obviously, Justin will be part of it, but Justin's going to be more of a moderator point of view. And then
I would-
like the,
and-
the car in the background that's like coming in, like just in case you guys break down.
The
We got
rescue
tools.
car?
Listen,
No, 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 no.
I
Like
would
a
love.
good camera in there. We're filming you guys.
no,
drive.
we're
I
not
think-
allowed a rescue car.
I
we
think-
have to make it work.
Listen.
We're all car guys. We
Well,
got
what
to
if you
fix
like
it.
are broken down? You can't fix it.
No, there's no option. You
I
gotta
really
fix it.
think I
You have
really
to.
think Justin in a project car would be fucking hilarious.
It would be.
Why?
Because you have no fucking idea how to fix anything.
Oh no, I know how to like pop the hood and shit. I mean, there's obviously trouble under
I'll-
there.
Can I
It says
just
check the engine. I know how to
throw
look. I know how to check it.
$100
Hey,
bills
open
at
the
it?
hood.
That's
Ah,
it, we're-
there's an engine.
Strip club.
I checked it. It's there. We're good. I don't know.
Bring me the axe.
Yo, the axe.
Bring me the axe. Justin only needs one tool. This is his tool
Yes.
for fixing the car.
And
That's
I've
all
always,
you need.
I've always subscribed to the fact that you can't use
not
an
gonna
axe
sit next
if
to
you
the
got
axe
shoes
like
on
that.
it. It makes it too heavy.
That's smart.
It makes it too bottom heavy. So I always feel like when you're chopping
You gotta get
wood,
the
you need to
sheen
have
on it.
no shoes on. That's just me though. I'm not gonna tell everyone
The
else to
axe
do
is a
that.
little dirty. You should shine the thing up.
We want to make it look like it's rustic.
It's well
It's been
used. You know what? Let's pivot off of this idea and let's pivot back.
Who's on the head?
That's Brian Connell.
Brian, 'cause
I
I was
know it
being
is.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Connell's a dick bag.
God.
So let's use this as a pivot point to show a little bit. Look at all the signatures we've got on the on
fantastic stuff here.
on
Can we give it
X-
to our model Al Lipper? We can hand off.
You get a little closer. Look at it. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
doesn't
this
it?
is
Oh,
our
and we got a butt. We got
this,
a butt.
yeah.
this is our Axel Rose.
That was one of your buddies from the brewing episode signed on the butt.
Yeah.
And then we got Brian on the old head there.
Yeah,
So
he
that's-
asked if he could sign it on the head.
told
I
him no.
said no, and
Totally
he
said
said,
no.
"I'm going to do it anyway." And I was like, well, "Why did you even ask me then?" I mean,
He just wanted to break the rules. He knew you were gonna say no.
anytime Brian Connell asks permission for something, it's just a
Give him-
formality.
it's like a-
He's not actually
him a
asking
psychology.
permission.
He's like, just so you know, I'm gonna do this.
No, you
And
should be
just
like,
so
no,
y'all don't know
no.
who Brian Connell is. He's actually been on a couple of episodes. He was on our
The,
Veterans
Veterans
Day episode. He was the big angry Marine.
Yeah.
And
Very vulgar.
he was
very
also
vulgar, man.
on.
Now,
No, he was on another. He was on a.
go
on-
clutching your
I don't
pearls.
think he was.
is that the only one?
No, my daughter was sitting out
Oh,
there.
he was
at
supposed-
the beginning, and he
he
was
was
like,
supposed
"You
to
should
be
put
on a
your
couple
daughter
more."
inside." And I'm like, "Nah, it's gonna be okay. We're just talking about like military and stuff." He's like, "Put your daughter inside." All right. And then like she didn't go inside right away, and then like 2 minutes in, like someone get Olivia out of here.
Get that kid inside.
Take her inside.
This guy's talking about
Got
making
wild.
gazpacho out of body
I
parts, man. What the
attempted
hell?
to-
Talking about beavers and fur. It was
No, no,
crazy.
he
He got real dirty fast. Yeah.
I attempted to help him meet a lady one time, and he pulled out
Long
like,
time ago.
very long time ago.
Yeah.
By the by, he pulled out like pictures from his tour, but a lot of them were dead bodies and shit. And she get
Bloated from the sun.
Yeah, she
Not
get
a
back-
first day.
Yeah,
type
she
of
get back to
thing.
me.
First
and
date.
she's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, sorry."
Sorry.
He's maladjusted right now.
He's trying to, he's trying to
Love
get
him
the
to death.
We love
Some
Brian.
people
We're
have
not
their
there.
essence.
And,
Oh, we're also
and he
gonna
has
be-
found somebody, and he's got a
you go.
daughter.
Yes.
Daughter now? Yeah.
Yes, he has a daughter. And he
doing
was,
great.
He was supposed to be on a couple of more episodes, but he works for the CTA and
Yeah.
he works a weird shift, and it's hard for him to get out on Saturdays. So sorry, Brian, that you haven't been out on a couple of more episodes. that
And
we
we're
wanted to
not
get you on.
laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
No, I'm laughing at you.
So when
I'm
you
not
watch it,
laughing
I'm
at
hoping
him.
So-
you're laughing.
But we're actually future Bonfire Banter. Brian Connell is the guy that we're looking at doing a couple of episodes with us on grilling, because Brian Connell with me back in 2003, 2004 when we were sophomores, seniors in high school, we worked at Silverado Grill in Elmhurst.
Yeah.
Brian
Jack
was
is a great
Brian
guy.
was Jack Brian was the head cook there back when we were in
His
high
mom
school.
still works there. Cammy.
Cammy, the best bartender ever.
She is
Hey,
fantastic.
so I think we touched on everything, right?
well, the one thing I was gonna,
How
the one
deep
thing
are
I was
we
gonna
into
say
this?
was my
You're
big
way
thing.
into it.
Hour.
It's like
Oh,
Lexington
geez.
Steel.
Wow.
dude.
So the last thing I was gonna say was I was been pushing this for a while, and and I wanted to get this out because I think I'm pretty excited about it, and all the technical guys that have to deal with my bullshit. We've actually brought this up in an episode before where I'm a visionary. I get to just tell these guys like, this is all the cool things we're gonna do.
He's the
And then
dreamer.
they have to figure it all out how the hell it's gonna actually work, but. I've been pushing these guys for a long time about getting bands out here, and we're going to be starting banter bands. Actually, our next episode.
Support
So-
local.
Support local. We got a local band coming out. We're gonna be letting them. They got an album drop on January 1st, and we're gonna be filming them on January 2nd. So cool little thing we got going on there.
They're a little band named Motley Crue.
Yeah, never heard of them.
It's not them.
Little AC
Is it them?
DC.
I thought
thought
you
it was
were.
Motley Crue.
I thought you were handling the scheduling.
Listen, that's our PR.
All right,
person, Jess.
let me talk to Vince Neil. Jess, get with Vince Neil
Yeah,
and
You
find
get him on
out.
the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So the other thing I've been really excited about, and I didn't mention the names in the last episode. I think I'm comfortable doing it now. I've talked to the guy a little bit. Matt Cassane is a comedian locally who is most well known for doing Matt Foley, Chris Farley's motivational speaker character on SNL. So he does like an impersonation of that.
I'm familiar.
And he's coming on our comedy episode, and as well as Mike Stricker, who is also another local comedian. And I'm just excited to see these guys. I know Matt's already said he's going to do a little stand-up for us. That's something that we want to keep doing. We're going to have a comedy episode. We're going to have them doing stand-up. But I'm excited because in between segments, we want to start to get local comedians coming out doing some stand-up, even when it's not a comedy-based episode, just to kind of fill in. We're doing that with comedy or stand-up. We want to do that with bands, bring them in, highlight a bunch of bands locally, and we also are going to be doing some grilling stuff. So we're going to do some grilling segments. We're going to do some preparation on a couple of things Jordan and Brian kind of want to do, and showing some prep, showing some cooking, doing some taste testing. So I'm excited about that as well.
What kind of grilling are you talking about? Like flat top? You talking propane?
We're doing
charcoal?
what
You
we're
running the
doing.
gamut?
What we're doing,
Is
Rob's
smoking
for right
a
now.
thing?
We're going to be
What's
doing it.
going
Well,
on here?
hey, we're starting small.
Whatever
We're
they
starting
want.
small.
Get the
I asked
gist of
Jordan.
what's
I asked
happening
Jordan
here.
this actually too, and I was wondering what he wanted to start with. Rob's got a grill here. The easiest way to start this thing is to just grill something up. And I asked him what he wanted to do. He was talking about a pork roast. He wanted to do something
Foreign
like that.
territory makes it hard.
Exactly. So we want to.
Well-
it makes you hard. Or makes me hard.
No. A man knows his own grill.
Well, no.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know
So,
about
Get
smoking.
outside of your grill.
so if you ask
Stay in your
me,
lane, brother.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
so if you ask me, the best way then to do it is to they all have to use the standard
Charcoal,
the,
like
the
Weber?
the
Yeah.
Weber kettle grill, right?
Is
the
like
standard
bulb one, like the
yeah,
bulb?
the standard kettle,
It's a charcoal
right?
grill.
Yeah, because that's the industry standard. It's the if you
That's
can't
tough.
make it work on it, dude, you can turn that thing into a smoker
If you're
you
trying to
got
do a
the right
competition.
pieces. Oh yeah,
I bought my brother Jordan a Christmas present that was an apron that says Bonfire Banter Chef Jordan. So I've kind of invested in the fact that he might do some of this shit for us. But if he sucks as a chef, we're kicking him to the
It's going to
curb,
be a
so-
hard letdown. Yeah. Wait. So if we kick him to the curb, do we get to rip the apron off of him and like?
No, we're
you
gonna
don't
do.
deserve
and we're gonna
this.
do it like like somebody that has an ex-lover on their arm. We're just gonna do a cross out, and we're gonna do chef other name right below Jordan's
Yes.
on the same apron.
Yes. And eventually it's going to be like the axe. It's going to be like the axe, just a bunch of different names, just all on this
Yeah,
thing.
you've been fired. We don't have enough budget to buy you a new apron. You get the same one.
Yeah. A couple people got salmonella, so you're off.
You're on now. We need you to step in here.
Got
All
the
right.
corona flu on the last one. So
It's called the Kung Flu.
the kung flu.
Anyways. So
Wrap it up here, Justin.
Yeah, wrap up what you want to say,
Hang
and then
on,
I got a
hang on,
couple of
hang
things I
on.
want
I
to
have
wrap
to
up.
take
go.
issue with Kung Flu really quick.
don't tell me.
Kung Fu's from Tibet. Wuhan is not in Tibet. I'm sorry.
Kung Flu?
Kung Fu
Oh no, yeah.
from
It was
Tibet.
started from Tibet. Okay,
But it's in
gotcha.
China.
No,
Listen, it's a good joke though.
well,
I know, but it
good joke.
rolls off the tongue so
I
nicely.
know. I like.
Kung Flu.
That's
I
the
always
compliment.
thought Tommy Cough was funny, but I don't
Tommy
know.
cough.
I
I
like
haven't
the,
even heard that one. That's hilarious. they got the Tommy cough.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh man, that's good. I think you just created that right now. You're bullshitting me. No
no,
one's
that-
ever said commie cough
People
ever
have
before.
Definitely said
no,
that
I haven't
before
heard
me.
that one.
No.
I am not
don't
that
know.
fucking original. I wish I was. I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
You are
schmucks.
around industry professionals, I
Kung
guess.
Flu original sounds original.
The funny thing is, my daughter has a joke book, and it was written in 2017, and it says
should borrow it from
and
her.
No, it literally says in there, like, what is a ninja? Like, what illness does a ninja fall into? It was like Kung Flu was the punchline, and I read it the other day. We were reading through his joke book. I'm like, when was this book printed? I'm like, this was before its time.
Wait,
This
oh,
is
wait.
amazing.
Oh, so you bought it for her?
Like, I think it was a gift.
Oh, I
we got
thought
a few years
she
ago.
wrote it.
My daughter
I'd be like, listen, if she wrote that, you're off the fucking.
No.
She's in.
If she's
She's
writing,
in.
she's fucking
things like-
Nostradamus.
she's 5 years old writing punchlines with Kung Flu. I
If
mean,
she
she's
starts
Justin
writing shit about
created
history,
Nostradamus.
You got a problem, right?
Fuck.
all right. I guess we'll wrap this shit up.
All right, well, Well, that's okay.
Okay,
D-
what
do,
are we
do you have
doing?
do you have something else that you'd like to add for the state of the
He
podcast?
was setting our- he was setting
that
our
you're looking
equipment up.
forward to.
Yeah.
I'd like to say a very special thanks to Mike because
Thank
he's
you.
still part of this, and I can't believe that he still is.
Yeah,
'Cause he
he's
did
like
not-
young and he's still got like goals and
Well-
like a future. And
well,
it's like, why would he want to hang
Well,
out
let
here?
me,
you know?
yeah,
It's crazy.
well, let me also add too that when we started this, neither me or Justin knew Mike.
Not well.
No,
I
Justin-
knew,
Justin
no,
knew
I
me.
did a little couple things with him, but it was just my cousin's boyfriend
Okay.
that I met a couple times. Like I really barely knew you.
So,
And it
so
was
it's
like,
not like we've
yeah.
known each other forever
No, yeah.
and we've been talking about doing this
Yeah.
forever.
No,
It's
yeah.
not that at
it's
all.
kind of happened.
Justin's obviously been a longtime friend of mine, but I didn't know Mike from the very first episode. So to me, I think that that convinces me that I think we have something special because it came together so weirdly. It wasn't like the standard. Oh, you know,
We're
we got
all buddies
we got
and we
drunk
wanna do
one night
something.
and
Yeah.
decided we're gonna start a podcast. Like, no, it just somehow happened. And it wouldn't still be going right now if there wasn't actually something there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what's been driving me
I think the
forward.
way I got dragged into this was I was at Daryl's house
Yeah.
and Brett said, "Hey, we're doing a podcast and I need help."
Yeah.
And then I was just in.
Well, because Brett
was
was
it.
supposed to be a producer.
Yeah,
and
you
right.
had
knew
no
nothing
idea
about
what you were
producing.
getting into.
Yeah, I had
and,
no
and
fucking
Brett,
idea.
Brett would basically like took the producer job and goes like, "Hey, Mike, can you produce?" And I'll just keep the title.
He's like, "What do I buy?" So I give him a list of shit to buy.
He did buy a bunch
and
of shit in
then-
the beginning that we
Yeah.
are currently not using. But let's just get
Yeah.
off that topic.
But yeah, that's
Sore
how we got
subject.
started with me, at least.
Absolutely. And again, I'm kind of the same way as Rob that I've tried to make sure that I've told you how much we need you as much as possible because we definitely do.
Justin did his research on me too the other day.
I did.
He was creeping through
I
my
basically
Facebook profile.
went straight up fucking PI on his ass and just started like it was actually funny because I was trying to make I was
meme or
trying to do
something,
a
right?
meme
Yeah.
with the Shameless cast and I was trying to piece you in. I was trying to like find you making like a funny face, which is every single photo on my like fucking.
Yeah.
I'm making a stupid ass face in every photo on like Facebook, and like Rob was like 10 in, and it was like him making some stupid ass face. I looked at every photo in your goddamn whole history of Facebook, and you just smiling like a normal guy in every single one of them. What the fuck? I
It's
couldn't use
not
anything
fucking
good.
funny enough.
Goddamn nightmare.
Fucking change this.
It was like I need to
God.
like, make a stupid face.
He said, "Listen, all I see is your fucking fat ass face all over Facebook."
I didn't bring up the weight loss Steve had. I did not bring up. No, I said I learned a lot about you. I didn't realize all that.
He basically said, "Hey, bro, you're fat as fuck." I don't know what happened, but good job.
No, I never said that. I'm a nice guy.
But nicely, you said, "Hey, you're fucking fat." That's it.
I said I learned a lot about you.
And then I was fat.
I never said you were
Mute
fat.
that shit.
You brought
Justin-
that shit up.
Anyways,
Justin, we also have a couple. We also have quite a few more years on him too.
Yeah.
that's true.
But it is actually more. It is actually interesting though because you've been alive for where there's video and picture possibilities much more
Yeah.
than when we did.
Right.
We didn't have the ability to just take pictures of every moment every single day until the last
Yeah.
10 years or whatever of our
You know,
lives.
unless somebody
You've had it from the beginning practically.
carried
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
camera
you asshole.
around like a tourist all the time, which
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of people
I used to
that
carry.
did.
I used to carry the Kodak, the disposable cameras all the time.
I'm sure you
I
did.
used to carry those around all the time because those are the best. You just take pictures and you just throw it in the garbage. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I started with a Nikon Coolpix, something that was like my mom had it.
Yeah.
So I borrowed that from my mom and was filming shit. And then for Christmas I got a camera. I got a Flip Ultra HD.
I
which is
remember
like-
the flips.
The flips used to be really big.
Yeah.
You had a
They were
USB
easy to use.
port, really, it was built in, flip it in, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
It
easy.
would clip up. Yeah.
And
Wasn't
then
that
I still
like
have
the
one
Razor
somewhere.
Days?
So
Wasn't that like the Razor days
Yeah.
of cell phones?
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, it was
that
early.
was kind of like
Yeah.
around
Early.
that time.
Yeah. It's
And-
around that time.
using that for a little bit, and then I got like a nice camera, like a DSLR for Christmas. Like everybody pitched in and got me this camera,
Yeah.
and I still have it. I got it 8 years ago, and I still have it. It
Hell
still
yeah.
fucking works.
But you broke the screen on it.
I dropped it,
Yeah.
but it
God
still works.
Damn it.
It still works.
Hey, shout out to
Canon.
Canon.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
Canon.
what we've been
Quality
buying,
product,
Right? We've been
yeah.
buying all the Canon products.
I buy Canon chick. That's what I
Canon.
know.
Thank you for sponsoring us.
I wish.
I think
No, no, no,
they're.
we're not.
Listen,
No,
listen,
but no,
Can-
we would like one though. Please.
Canon, if you want to send me a
Yeah.
1DX Mark III, that'd be great. Thanks.
Say it faster or slower.
A 1DX Mark III. It's a very
because they're
expensive
definitely going to
camera.
hear us.
It's a very
I know that all the CEOs
it's
over
a
at
very
Canon are
expensive
watching.
camera that I cannot afford, but that would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah.
And by the way, one thing I'd like to say is anyone watching this
I don't know
episode,
why I keep fucking drinking
it feels like they know
Because it's there.
that. It tastes like
Yes.
shit.
No,
This is how you become an
it tastes
alcoholic.
Like Arnold Palmer, but
No,
with a
it-
little booze in it.
It tastes worse.
I disagree. I think it's tasty and it's a great weapon.
You want
Anyways,
you want an Arnie Palmy?
oh god damn it, Arnie Palmy
Arnie
alert.
Palmy?
Anyways, I would like to say that I forgot what I was gonna say,
Yeah, of course you do.
and that
Sounds
So-
like
No, I
Justin.
don't know.
Goodbye, shit.
So
Did you have too much to drink today?
no, honestly,
No,
you
he's
were
been good.
Fucking me up with the Arnie.
He's been
Palmer,
good.
man.
Arnie
I was like,
Palmy.
hey,
He's been
my
good.
thing, and I fucking lost
Yeah,
it.
All right,
Arnie
all right.
Palmy.
So
Where are we going?
go ahead. Go
what
ahead.
I was gonna say.
Remember like 10 minutes ago we were going to wrap this up?
No, exactly. I was trying to wrap it
Honestly,
up.
I thought
No,
it was
I
more
gotta
like
wrap it
20,
up.
but
It's kinda
it's
good.
all good.
I was
I'm
driving
supposed
back
to
up.
wrap it up.
Hey, you.
But you. Okay. Well, you say your thing first.
Oh, I was just gonna say that.
I'm glad you guys blocked this and rehearsed it beforehand.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
look very
Oh.
prepared.
Listen,
ready for all
this
these-
is a terrible show if we rehearsed it.
Bonfire banter.
Trust
Right
me.
there.
Trust me.
If you
No.
rehearsed it and it turned out this fucked up, it means you meant it to be this fucked up, and it's probably
Exactly.
And if you rehearsed it and made it look this fucked up, he's like, you're brilliant.
exactly
great.
that's what I
It's like,
just said.
God, you're
Listen,
so good. Well, you didn't say those words. That's how
No, I just said brilliant. When
You said
started-
brilliant?
Yes.
Oh God,
When
I
you
really
start-
blocked you out.
Holy shit! Of
I
course
really
you
did. Yeah.
I usually do
Look at you,
too.
buddy.
I was thinking about my
Of course
answers.
you
You were,
do.
yeah.
No. Listen, if you want, listen, if you want perfect rehearsed, watch.
We're not the one for you.
Watch
it's not
Jimmy
you.
Fallon and Saturday Night Live and stuff. The whole point of this, the
Yeah.
greatness of podcasts is that it is off the cuff, it's off the fly.
That's
it's
the
real
point I was
people,
trying to make, actually.
Real people.
Wow,
Go
there
ahead.
you go.
My point was, I don't like calling this a podcast. Everyone's
Yeah.
making podcasts. We're not a podcast. We're filming this around a fire. It's a show.
That's a
We're calling it a podcast right now because we're filming it, or it's audio, and it
Yeah.
is what it is, and we don't know what the hell we're doing right now. This isn't a podcast to me. This is a show. We're filming it.
Yeah.
A podcast is audio.
Yeah.
I mean, you call Joe
I
Rogan
kinda-
a podcast, but like
I
he
kinda
started
think
as
of
just
it-
audio.
It's just a blanket term like Kleenex or
I-
whatever.
I get it.
But no,
I
you're
get
absolutely right. Do you know where
That's why we're
do you,
different.
do you know where podcast came
I
from?
think it was like a bunch of people were eating pea pods, and they started talking about it, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's pretty
No,
close.
no,
Pretty
it's
Yeah, Jack and his beanstalk.
it's an Apple creation. It's an Apple creation.
Oh, Apple.
Really?
yeah, because the
Those fucking
iPod,
bastards.
the iPod,
Yeah,
Fucking
give
they got
talking-
everything.
Yeah, people talking a name. Yeah,
they
yeah.
they came out with
everything.
they came out with the iPod.
Thought it was going conversation.
or recorded media, or no,
Whatever.
this is a podcast.
Assholes talking into fucking mics. That's what
Yeah.
it's
assholes assholes talking might be that sounds a
Is
lot
that
like
a better
fart,
name
though.
for this podcast?
It's more of a
Pretty close.
it's a good name for a
Fucking
fart
cool.
actually.
Jags on a microphone.
All right. On that note,
Wow.
It's a show, and watch it.
and we're
or
gonna be
don't.
peppering in a bunch of new media here: bands,
Yeah.
comedians, grilling, bearded ladies. Who knows what we're really gonna
You
do?
wanted you want to do that little shout out you wanted to do?
Was it to
The
a bearded
Basement
lady?
Boys. I want to give the Basement Boys a shout out.
Oh, basement
Oh
boy.
yeah,
The
that's
Basement Boys.
right.
Group of fellas,
Yeah.
They're
Near and
they're
dear to my
helping
heart.
out
No,
with
no,
our, with
group
our car
of
challenge.
group of fans.
group
Yeah.
of
Group of
fans
fans. Yeah.
that sent us
Some cash.
an undisclosed amount, very large,
Flowers.
lots of zeros.
flowers. They sent us
And
flowers.
It was
nice,
fantastic,
though.
and
They
it
were
was the
nice
first
flowers.
support we've been seeing from like a fan that was just wanting to be like, "Hey, give us a shout out. We like what you guys are doing. Here's $20. I mean, 200, 2,000,
Two-
200,000. Yeah. Anyways, undisclosed amount, and
Undisclosed.
Listen, why do you think Rob said he can pay for a car right now? Fucking basement boys.
Basement Boys, you send us 3 Gs. You send us 3 Gs. We're doing that episode.
Basement Boys.
And we're
We'll
gonna buy
paint
3 cars.
We'll paint Basement Boys all over the
All
cars.
the
if you-
cars
Oh,
to be
fuck yeah,
yeah, riddled with Basement Boys. Hello. So thank you, Basement Boys. Thank you to York Furrier. Thank you to More Brewing Company. If you guys are still involved, I've reached out a couple times. I'm hoping we still are involved. York Furrier definitely is.
Yeah.
That's a for sure.
Yeah, real quick, real quick. I don't want to go too deep, but York Furrier, I think probably our greatest accomplishment
So far.
to date
Oh, absolutely.
of recent
I don't
time
know if it's
is
debatable.
how well our giveaway went from York Furrier. It went very well. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We loved working with them. They're a great.
great.
They're a great company, and they're a great.
And
store.
they're so much better than us. It's weird. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
why do
don't
they
know.
like us?
That's the thing. It's like
Why do they like us?
It was so hard for us to communicate with them at first because we were like, "This is a joke." Right?
Yeah.
Like you don't really want.
No, you're not the owner of like a really established company.
No,
Like,
but
why
they
does it
they
back
said,
us?
you know what? We love you guys,
Yeah.
and you're honest, good folk. Here's some hats, and
They
here's some
made me
outerwear.
sew this one on my head. I think that was part of the thing.
Yeah.
So I can't take it off. It's,
No,
it's,
it ain't. It ain't
yeah.
coming off.
It's
So
sewn on.
So
Yeah.
Sucks,
thank you
but-
to them.
You should embrace it though. You should just be getting this thing.
Oh yeah,
going.
no, I,
Yeah.
should, I
Well,
want to
like
flip
a-
to the front.
no. You got to thrift to the side
little
like
side?
an
You
80s
gotta
kid
pull
with a
it.
rat
Do
tail.
the little.
Yeah, like a side pony.
Yeah, no. It's got to just wear it normal, but
Okay.
just be like, just be showing it off.
I know, but it wants
Right
to
on that
hang back
shoulder.
to the end.
That's
Dude,
kind of like
you're good.
that's
you're
a little.
good.
It's a little like 80s.
That's what I
like
said. It's like an
80s
80s kid with a
girl.
rat
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah.
It's a side pony. Is what it is.
That's fucking
like,
fantastic.
We got to give him some fucking gosh bagosh, fucking
So again,
whatever.
thank you to everyone that's been supporting us. I know that Rob's been talking about this tonight. Big thing we want to push in the new year here is we want new panelists. We love our old panelists and we love everyone that's been come on.
I see how this is.
It's
Fuck you, Al.
part of the show is that we want new people. We want to expand the
Hey.
family.
He comes
All
back,
right, we
it's
want
over.
panelists of all different walks and creeds and everything. We want people from all different walks of life here. We love you if you've ever come on. And our biggest rule from the day when we started this, anyone's ever been on the show is always welcome on any other show and any other panel. If you're ever part of the Bonfire Banter family, you're always welcome to come back out.
So
That said, we still want some new people. So.
Yeah.
so if Bonfire Banter has a motto,
Yeah.
it's everyone's voice deserves to be heard, and
Yeah.
that's kind of the point. Is we started this because it's not about us. This isn't. I know it seems like
It's a
show-
platform.
I know it seems like a show about us because right now we're sitting here.
Well,
talking
right
to
now
you.
it is about us.
It is about us right now,
Yeah.
but
Don't get that twisted.
our show,
T.
our Twisted
That's
T,
good.
our good shout
That's a
out.
good one.
Our
Yeah.
show,
Yeah.
our show is about the guests, and everyone's voice deserves to be heard. We're not looking. Our goal isn't to have Michael Jordan and famous people on our show. The point of our show is to give a voice to people who want to come on and speak, and
Yeah.
they not even on our show, but they have
Maybe they
something
feel
to
like
say,
they're unheard.
Have
or like,
something
yeah.
they want to, have something they want to talk about because normal people don't get their voice heard. The
Yeah.
people that get their voice heard are people that don't live in the real world. They live in Hollywood. They
Politicians
live in New
and
York.
celebrities
They're politicians.
and- yeah.
They don't live in the real world. These
Yeah.
are the people we listen to normally. The people from my experience on my 35
How
years
the
on
hell
this,
old are you?
35 years on this
I didn't
planet.
think he was
How
that
the
old. I
hell
don't
old
really
are you?
want him involved anymore.
Oh,
You
I'm-
want
I'm 22, so it's kind of fucking
the
weird.
the best stuff and the best stories and the best everything comes from real regular people. So that's
Yeah.
what our show is about. It's about regular real people.
Yeah.
So everyone's voice deserves to be heard, and no subject is too big or too small. We'll talk about anything.
matter.
We did a fishing episode. We've got a cybersecurity episode coming up. Comedy.
NFL playoff episode coming up. We got a 420 episode planned. We got a May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Little Star Wars episode coming up. We got. I mean, that's way out. That's May 4th.
I mean, we're all over the place.
Thinking way ahead.
We got things
So-
planned though, baby.
yeah.
We got a calendar. If you guys
So
want to
the
see
idea
it, if you guys are interested, we got a calendar we'll send you of the topics for the next couple months.
Yes.
And anything you guys like. Also got some empty slots on that calendar. If you guys want to be on, I send you the calendar. You see it, and you see an empty slot, and you got a topic, and you got a friend group that wants to talk about it. You got a couple people that you know that go, hey, we're really into X, Y, Z topic. We'll use them, all of them.
Yeah.
And then also check your fly, too, because X, Y, Z, PDQ, brother. All right.
Okay. So we're scheduled out till February right now. So
we are currently. Yeah.
But if you got something you want to talk about, if you just want to come out and hang out, if you want to come and check it out first, you're kind of nervous,
Yes.
you don't know about coming.
Good point.
Come out,
Hang out.
reach out
Check
to
it
us.
out.
Say I'd like to come on an episode. I don't know. Come and hang out with us. Have a couple of drinks, talk. That's what we're looking for, and we'll go from there.
I like to tout one fact.
Just
is
be
that-
be ready for any weather situation though.
Yes.
Because another big point of our podcast
Outside.
is it's outside. It's in the real elements. It's
Yeah.
real life. So
What I would like to say too is if you come out and take a look at it, we've never had anyone come on the panel or come out and watch it that didn't think they had a great time.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
That's one good selling point.
That's
and
true.
That's no BS.
We've-
no one's
we've
ever
had to-
come on the panel
we've-
and said, I had a miserable time. That was really awkward. I didn't like it.
We've had to
Never
we've
had
had
that.
to kick out 2 drunk viewers,
Yes.
but and they still wanted to be there, but we didn't want them there.
One of those two, me?
No,
Oh,
not
Okay.
you. But that is absolutely true.
Yes.
Every single person that we've had on has had a wonderful time, and let's keep going. Let's keep doing it. Right?
Absolutely.
What do you guys think?
All right,
Yes,
that's
sir.
pretty much where we're at this point. I'm getting blown up on my phone because everyone thinks I'm dead, apparently. We're shooting later than we thought we were going to. So that's
Perfection.
always
It's because
fun.
we're
Yeah,
perfectionists.
yeah,
we're
absolutely.
perfection. We're
That's
so
the word
perfectionist
for it.
as we drink our twisted tea.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Al.
Hey,
Thank
Jess
you,
and Al,
Jess.
come and say.
Come on.
We got a couple of the crew here. You know, real quick too. There's a couple other crew members that are part of this team that could not be here tonight.
Jess Brown makes us look and sound so much more professional than we really are.
Isn't she
so
cute?
Thank you so much, Jess, for everything you do. And
Al Lipper from the beginning.
not only has he been on the panel a bunch of times, always gives us great advice as far as lighting, anything technical. Every time we got Al around, everything's a little easier.
Jay Nasca, Jay and Joe Create.
Joe Peacock,
Man, we've got a bunch
Let's
of
get back involved.
We've got a bunch of people.
please
throw the
find some
Can you throw the
motivation
sponsors?
to help us.
Can you throw the sponsors up? Throw the
Boom.
sponsors up.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Boom, bang, pow.
There you go. Hey, thank you.
Trying to put my
Let's-
head in between
let's-
York Furrier.
Let's keep doing this. Let's keep
Gramex,
doing this. We'll be back.
York Brewing Company.
We'll do another
Jay and
one.
Jill Create. Thank you guys. We'll be seeing you guys soon. Keep stoking those fires. Bonfire Banter signing out. Bye-bye.
Thank you.